Hey everybody, this is Angie. This video tutorial today we are going to learn how to make yarn pom-poms with using these pom-pom makers. I have 4 different sizes here. I find this is the easiest way to make pom-poms. I've tried doing them with the tissue rollers or the napkin rollers. I've tried doing them with the cardboard, the book, with your hand, and I just found that this was the easiest way to do it. I have 2 of these that I buy. We Are, which I picked up from Tuesday morning on sale, and it wasn't expensive. I want to say it came 2 to a pack, and actually I'm lying, this came with the whole system. I don't know when. I have the other part, I'll show it to you. It came with a bow maker and a tassel maker, plus this very large pom-pom maker and this really small pom-pom maker. And then I purchased this packet, and I want to say they were separate from Hobby Lobby. And I just find that they're very, very easy to use. And I've tried different yarns to use with this. I find my favorite yarn to use with this is this yarn right here. I use a lot of these pom-poms when I'm making baby blankets because I use a lot of faux fur pom-poms, which I don't like to use with the baby blankets just because of the fur. But for baby blankets, I find that yarn like this is like the best yarn to use. You can make them really fast with it because you will be wrapping it a lot. You will be doing a lot of wrapping. So the chunkier the yarn is, the quicker you can wrap it. The softer the yarn is, the easier it is to cut it when it's time to cut. I've also used yarn like this, which works really well too. It just gives you like a smaller pom-pom string. And then I've tried this, which is pretty much like the first one I showed you. This type of yarn right here, which is very similar to this yarn. It's just smaller. I just recently did a baby blanket and I used this yarn on it, and this is my first time trying this particular style yarn. This is actually called I Love This Chunky, and I got this yarn and this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I actually get most of my yarn from Hobby Lobby because I find that when their sale is on, which happens like every other week, the yarn is always like 30% off. It's always a really good price, and sometimes they might have it a little cheaper. So like this yarn here, I don't know if you can see this, maybe not. It was $4.99 with 30% off when I purchased it. I find that I can get a good deal with this yarn, and I was actually able to make 4 pom-poms with this size pom-poms with one of these. I feel like I'm missing one. Maybe not. Maybe I feel like I have another one that's in between these. I'm looking over at my bin to see, but I feel like I have 5 of these. Maybe not. Maybe this is the one that I use. But if so, I was able to get 4 pom-poms, which is exactly what I needed to put on the corners of my baby blankets, because I do like the chunky yarn, which I also get from Hobby Lobby, called Yarn Bee. I'll do a tutorial on making a baby chunky blanket. I also do adult size and youth size blanket, but I'll do a tutorial on that so you can see how I make those and how I attach the pom-poms on them, because I make it where the pom-poms can come on and off, because they are pom-poms and they do get rough over a period of time. So to keep the blanket looking nice and neat, I make the pom-poms where they're removable, so when they do get a little raggedy and you just don't like the way they look, or they get dirty and you want to switch them out, or you just might want to switch them out for another color, you can. So today that's what we're going to learn how to do, and we're actually going to use this large one just because it's nice and large. This is the one we're going to use. So the way this is made, it's like a circle, but it opens up. So these open sides are what you're actually going to wrap the yarn around, and then it comes apart. So it comes in 2 pieces, but to actually make it, you need to have the 2 pieces together. This is such a simple and easy way to make pom-poms. So the first thing you want to do is you want to cut you some yarn. I'm going to do about this size, probably about 15. So 30 inches in all, and we're just going to double that. And we're just going to sit this on the side because we don't need that for right now. I'm going to adjust the camera so that you can actually see my hands working so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So you want to take your yarn and unravel. Well, I find when you unravel it, it works better than having to pull it and unravel it. So I'm going to start with this side, and I always start mine to the part closest to the holder. I call this the holder. I don't know what it's called. That's what I call it. So you want to start it off by wrapping some around, so you kind of have this little tail here, and then you just want to push it over, and then you just want to wrap. So this is where you can see the smaller the yarn, the more wrapping you have to do, because you want this to get to the point where it's full. The layers are full, because you're going to do more than one layer. Yeah, so you want it where the layers are full, and you can get it to close in, you know, easily, but not where it's like slipping off. So now you see I'm going on my second one, and I'm trying to go close, but you don't have to. You can leave some gaps in it as long as you got more layers to go over, because you don't want to have gaps in, you know, no layers. For instance, you don't want to do something like this and this, and this is your last one, because then you got this part here that has less than this. So I just try to keep it close with this big yarn. Now with the smaller yarn, just because it takes so long with the small yarn, I tend to sometimes leave gaps. So I think I'm gonna go over one more time. I'm gonna try, and it's okay if you go over that little tail like I'm doing now. It's perfectly fine. It's not gonna hurt the pom-pom. It's not gonna do anything to it. Yeah, you just continue to wrap it. And with this yarn here, this larger one, I find you can do this so much quicker than doing a small one. And in all honesty, I think it makes a much nicer looking pom-pom as well. It gives it more fluff. So now we're at the end of this, and I'll show you what I mean when I say because you're gonna know when to stop when you've gotten where you need to get. So do you see the little feet right here? So I couldn't go more. I couldn't do another layer, because it's gonna bring me where it's gonna keep sliding off of the sides here, and that's not what you want. So once you got that, you cut it off, and then you close it up. Close it up, and then you just go and you do the other side. So now we're going to do this side. You're going to go around and around. Let me take some more out. If you guys know a different way to do this, please share. This is just my way. It's not like the only way to do these. If you can do it with the tissue rows and you don't need to purchase anything like this, by all means go for it. But for me, like I said, I tried all of those techniques and they were just frustrating me. My pom-pom would be empty, like it just wouldn't puff up like I wanted it to puff up. It was very uneven. I just didn't like it. So when I found this, I was like, okay, let me try this. And I tried it and I fell in love with it. And like I make a lot of pom-poms for my blankets, so I kind of want to have something that's going to be quick and easy, you know, but still look really, really good. And out of all the ways that I tried, I can honestly say this was the quickest, the easiest, and it looked spectacular. So I'm convinced that this is the way for me. This is the way for me to get it done. And again, I picked this really, really big one up by We Are from Tuesday Morning. And I want to say, I kid you not, it was on clearance. I probably spent about $6.99 for the whole kit. I am going to grab that kit out and show you. I don't know how many I did so far. Let me see. We're going to go one more time because I think I need to go up one more. I'll show you the package with the ribbon maker, the bow maker, and the tassel maker. I've not used the bow maker or the tassel maker yet. I do make bows for some of my projects, like when I'm doing my dog scarves. I use it for that. So let me tighten this up right here, because as you can see, it kind of wanted to come from the side there. So I'm kind of pulling it because I'm almost certain I didn't do the same amount. There we go. Now, as you can see, I have yarn, and they are about the same height on both sides, which is what you want, because that means you're going to have a nice, even, consistent pom-pom. So now that you have it like this, what we're going to do now is right down this middle, we're going to cut on this side, and we're going to cut on this side. So you just grab you some nice sharp scissors. I'm not going to use those, I'm going to use these, and just go for it. Just go for it. Right here, and just start cutting. A lot of times I usually can get my scissors through this little part right here, and I can cut it. But if not, just go from the top, because once you get it started, you're fine. It's just getting it started, because you got to cut through all those layers. There you go. There we go. And you just want to cut, 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 cut. Make sure your scissors are nice and sharp for this part, because this is probably the most workout you're going to get making these pom-poms, is cutting them. Because you got to go through all those layers of yarn. As you can see now, it's cut. So now you have this effect on that side. And you're going to turn it around, and you are going to repeat what you just did on the other side. And I kind of do like this, hold it on the table to get it going. There we go. Again, this is the most workout you're going to get making these pom-poms, but they are so worth the little bit of work that you put into it to have a beautiful pom-pom. I think if you're adding pom-poms to like your pillowcases, which I do make pillowcases, and I do add pom-poms to them. There we go. There we go. As you can see, it is cut on both sides. And now that piece that you put on the side over there, this is what you're going to use. Matter of fact, I'm going to make this longer. I'm going to make this longer because I want to do something different with this one. There, I'm going to make it about this long. So I'll measure this in 23. Yeah, so this is about 29. This total thing is about 29 inches folded. So now you're going to grab your pom-pom maker, and right in the middle, right here, you're going to just slide it through. And you're going to slide it through, just like that. So it should slide all the way through. You should feel it pulling through. And we're going to do a half knot. Not going to do a whole knot right now. We're going to do a half a knot. All right, now that we got a half a knot, we're going to open these sides up. Like this. And that's okay. And this. And then we're going to open this side here up. And we're going to open this side here up. There. Now all these little things, don't worry about those because we're going to shape this up anyway. And then we're going to pull this off, top and bottom. And this is where we're going to pull it super tight at. Super tight. Right here. I'm going to bring it around in the center. And you could have done this with, while it was still on the thing, pull it to the other side. I'm going to pull it around. And we're going to do another half knot here. Let me get them separated. There we go. I'm going to do another half knot here. But this time, we're going to bring it to a full knot. like this. There we go. Now we got a 4 knot, and I'm going to actually go one more time like this. There we go. Now I'm going to cut this part here off because I don't want that. And then I'm going to, all these little pieces like that kind of fell off there, we're going to just take all of that off. And then we're going to shape it. So you want to look at your pom-pom, shake it up. I always take it by the little handle I just made. And I'm going to keep this handle on there because I actually plan on making these. I'm just doing them a little bit at a time because next Christmas I plan on putting these on my Christmas tree. So me and my daughter had decided that we're going to put pom-poms on our Christmas tree next year. So which is why I wanted to leave the handle on it. So now you got your pretty little pom-pom, and now all you're doing is shaping it, giving it a haircut, making it nice and pretty and fluffy. Again, I just think this is the easiest way to make a cute pom-pom. So if you don't have one of these makers, I really recommend them. They work so good and so easy. Like that took no time to make this pom-pom, and I think it's gorgeous. Tell me in the comments what you think about it. And I mean, you can shape it up how you want to. Like I see some areas that I might want to shape a little bit more just to make it more rounded. But then it's like cutting an afro. And just shaping it up to make it work for you. However you want to shape it up. But is this not gorgeous? This pom-pom is so pretty. So yeah, I'm just making little at a time. And I'm going to make enough to put on my Christmas tree next year. I also made, with my embroidery machine, some other things that I plan on putting on the tree next year. I'll show you what that is, and also I'll show you the little kit I was telling you about. I'm going to get out the frame for just a second so I can grab those things and show it to you. So this was the little kit that I told you I purchased that came with the big one that we just used and a little small one, and then this is the ribbon maker and this is the tassel maker, but I've not used either one of those yet. So, and I've had this kit now for a couple of years and I never used those. These are the things that I made right here on my embroidery machine that I was also going to I was actually going to use these on my Christmas tree this year, but we decided to go out of town this year for Christmas, so we didn't bother to put up a Christmas tree. But I'm going to continue to make them for next year. And this was all done on my embroidery machine. So I'll do a tutorial on that so you guys can see how I made these little hang tags. They're great for like if you want to personalize like a gift bag. It is all fabric, so you know you can hang them on the door handles, say of your kids' bedrooms, to give it a little personalization. Or you can do like I'm doing. You can make a bunch of things like this and hang them on a tree. I think these are gonna look awesome on my tree for next year. Anyways, if you found this video helpful and you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Hit the like button and the bell so that you can be notified for any other videos that I upload. You'll get a notice soon as I upload it. But yeah, this is our little pom-pom. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye. Thanks.